Hello again. Today we're going to get into some ammunition. Here's the problem. If I hit play, with this weapon, I shoot a few bullets. Now I have 18 bullets in my clip, and if I hit reload, then my gun reloads. Let's shoot a few more bullets. Okay, cool. 26:48. Let's remember 26/48. Now I press Q, or whatever your weapon switching button is, and now I'm going to shoot this gun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so now I have 12. If I switch back, we're back to 3060. It should be 26:48, but it's not. And back over to the pistol, it should be 12, but it's not, because our ammunition values need to be saved. And we're going to get started on that today. So to understand how this works, I want you to look over to the top right corner. I can't move my mouse over there because I'm in game. We have B_hero, gadget base, gadget compass, flashlight, jetpack, which is fine because those are our gadgets. But notice it says pistol 2. If I press Q, or whatever your button is, now we're up to assault rifle 4. So should it be pistol 2 again? It's not, it's pistol 4. And if I press Q again, now we're up to assault rifle 6. Every time we switch weapons, we're deleting the weapon. It's being overwritten by our class values. So that's why the weapon starts off with its default ammunition stats again, because we're not actually switching weapons, we're getting a class reference. Let's pop over to our core B_hero and have a look at this. Every time we press Q, we're getting one of these two slots here, and we're using that class reference to tell equipped weapon up here which weapon to populate it with. And every time that happens, it's a brand new weapon. Now, the player's never going to know that. Because of the way we're setting up the system, it's going to look like the same weapon every time. But this means that every time a weapon spawns and every time a weapon despawns, we need to save those values. Saving those values and loading those values, or reading and writing those values, is going to be handled by a struct. So let's leave B_hero open. I want you to click on structures and right click, come up to blueprints and go down to structure. This is going to be S_ammunition. This one's going to be a little more complicated than what we've done before, which is why I've saved it to this side of the tutorials in the medium section. First step, let's change our variable type to an integer. Now we have 5 weapons and 4 variables that we need to keep in mind for each weapon, which means that we're going to need a representation of each of those variables here. If we pop over to our test map again, over to weapons, weapon base, these are the 4 values we're going to be adding for every weapon. I'm going to drag them together just so that they are easier to manage. Clip actual, which is how many bullets are currently in our clip. Clip capacity, how many bullets can potentially be in our clip. Ammo actual, how much ammo we have stored in our backpack. And ammo capacity, which is how much ammo we can store in our backpack. I'm just going to move hero reference to the top here. So we need all of those for each weapon. Let's come back over to that struct and name the first one assault rifle clip actual. And we're going to copy over the name assault rifle because we're about to paste it another 3 times. 2, 3, 4. Assault rifle clip capacity. Assault rifle ammo actual. And finally, assault rifle ammo capacity. Now let's do the same for pistol, shotgun, sniper rifle, and rocket launcher. This is going to take some time, so I'm going to do it myself and speed up the footage. And you might want to pause at the end and copy it yourself in your own time rather than trying to keep up with me. And quickly, if you need to see the names more than the default values, then you can drag on this little arrow here. Okay, so let's review that. we have assault rifle clip actual capacity, ammo capacity, pistol clip actual capacity, ammo capacity, shotgun clip actual capacity, ammo capacity, sniper rifle clip actual capacity, ammo capacity, and rocket launcher clip actual capacity, rocket launcher ammo actual capacity. So those are all the values you should have for this to work. Next up, let's set some default values. I'm going to punch in my values. I will just leave it at the end for a few seconds so you can copy them. So there they all are. I'll leave that up on screen for a little bit longer just so you can copy them if you'd like. But feel free to set these as much as you want. The only rule is that capacity for clips needs to be equal to or greater than actual. Otherwise, we're going to break our reload function. So now that those are set, let's move on to the next step. We're going to save that struct and we're going to go back over to b_hero. Just the same way that we created a variable with that struct for experience, we're going to do the same thing for ammunition. Click on the button here to add a variable, call this ammunition. Click on the drop down here, type in s_ammunition to find the struct, compile and save that. Now let's go over to our weapons. And just before we close out of weapon base, let's compile and save. Speaking of which, at this point in time, until I have found an effective method to handling ammunition, we've got to do it the dirty way, which is to alter every weapon individually. Let's close out weapon base. We can close the struct as well. Go back to the test map and let's open up our assault rifle. So what we're going to be using here is the event begin play. Grab a hero reference. And from the hero reference, let's drag off of that and get ammunition. Just the same with our experience, we're going to need to break this. Hit the break button there. Click the drop down and we're going to get every single value we had before. I'm just going to drag this out so you can see it. Now all we need are the assault rifle values. So if we click on the actual node itself, later on we're going to be able to hide unconnected pins. What we need to do here is set the values. Remember that we actually have a actual clip capacity, ammo actual, and ammo capacity value inside this weapon thanks to our weapon base. So if I type in set clip actual, set clip capacity, set ammo actual, and set ammo capacity, we actually have those values here. Now you may be asking, why would we be setting the capacity values? Would they not be the same for every weapon? The reason we're going to be setting capacity values and not just ammo values is because if we decide later on in our skill tree or in a mod section for weapons that we want to increase the capacity of a clip or increase the capacity of our ammunition, we need to update that value inside the weapon. So with your 4 values set side by side, you can plug them into each other for executables. And then for the individual values, clip actual goes to clip actual, clip capacity to clip capacity, ammo actual to ammo actual, and yeah, you guessed it, ammo capacity to ammo capacity. Click on the actual node itself, hit hide unconnected pins. Now with all of those plugged in, let's double click on each strand so that we get our reratables. So now let's grab our event begin play and plug that event begin play into our clip actual. And then we'll drag this down here. We'll move these guys over. And just a little hack, let's select all the reratables and this node here, these two as well, not the actual set of nodes because then it's going to get real messy. And with all of them selected, let's hit Q. And they're all nice and neat. So that's what happens when we spawn the weapon in the world, but that's only good for setting the values. We need to set the values back or write them back to the character. So let me introduce you to another node. Type in event destroyed. This event will fire if our weapon gets destroyed. How that's relevant to us? Well, every time we switch weapons, we're destroying the weapon to spawn the other one in. So the same way that we were setting our struct with experience before, now we have to set our struct inside of the character with the values we just got. So let's get clip actual get clip capacity, get ammo actual, get ammo capacity. So let's set these values inside of our hero, specifically to the assault rifle. First things first, every time we pick up a weapon from the battlefield, it gets destroyed. And we can see that over here. We don't even need to rely on trying to figure it out ourselves because we told the weapon to be destroyed when we picked it up. So if we're destroying that weapon, that means that this script is firing. And we don't want this script to fire if we're picking the weapon up off the battlefield. We only want this script to fire if it's attached to us. So let's get parent actor and see if that parent actor is equal to hero. Remember that we are also going to give these weapons to our enemies at some point. So when our enemies die, they're going to drop their weapons, and if they're dropping the weapons, it's likely that they will be destroying the weapon that's attached to them and dropping a weapon that we can pick up. Let's get a branch. So if we are the parent actor of this weapon, if it is being destroyed while it's in our hand, then let's get another hero reference, get ammunition, and set members in S ammunition. And we'll do this the opposite way. We have to tell this node which nodes that we want to actually alter. So let's just get clip actual capacity, ammo actual, and ammo capacity. Clip actual into clip actual, clip capacity into clip capacity, ammo actual into ammo actual, ammo capacity into ammo capacity. And finally, copying this hero reference over, set ammunition. True goes into the set members struct. And of course, I completely forgot that if we're checking if we are the ones indeed holding the weapon when we drop it, then we should probably be checking that at the beginning. So let's move over here and throw that in there. Begin play, and make sure you're doing this after parent begin play. So if we are the parent actor, then fire this script. And we're good to go. So let's give that a test. Let's hit compile and save over to the test map. Let's hit play. Now I'm going to shoot 3 bullets from my assault rifle. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to hit Q to switch weapons. And it should be 27/60 when I hit Q again. And it is. Now let's shoot a few more bullets. Let's reload. It should be 30:52. Remembering that we're not doing anything with the pistol just yet. And 30:52 is the number. One more check just to make sure that we have indeed got both sides working. 25:52. And there it is, 25:52. Now, if I was to pick up the shotgun and then pick up this assault rifle again, 25:52, as if we kept the clip. It's up to you whether you want to set that as, hey, this is a fresh weapon, should have new ammo values, or if you want to set it differently. But in this particular version of my game, I'm thinking that the player maybe keeps his clips. Maybe when we drop a weapon, we keep the ammunition. Sounds like a good idea to me. Might change it later. If I do, I'll let you know. So now here comes the sucky bit. We have to do this for every single weapon. Luckily, I only have 5 weapons, so I'm 1/5 of the way done. So now I don't often do this, but because it's particularly repetitive work, I'm going to let you, the viewer, do the next 4 weapons by copying what you've done inside of assault rifle, because I could just sit here and fast forward the footage and show you me doing it, but that wouldn't necessarily be beneficial to you. For this time, I'm going to let you swim on your own for a bit, and then at the beginning of the next video, because we're not done talking about ammunition, we will go over these and double check your work with what I've got on screen to make sure everything's working. So I will see you then.